Hi, today I want to go over with you and review greatest common factor. Greatest common factor means the biggest number that can divide into two numbers. So if I had 12 and 32, I want to find the biggest number that can divide into both of them. So I'm going to list all their factors. So factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. Factors of 32 are 1 and 32, 2 and 16, and 4 and 8. So if I look at all those numbers, the biggest number that they have in common is 4. So the greatest common factor, or GCF, is 4. Okay. In this class, we're not just looking at the numbers, we're looking at the numbers and the variables and trying to see if they have anything in common. So in this problem, I have a 24x and an 8y. So first I want to find the biggest factor that they have in common. In this case, it happens to be 8. Then I want to see if they have any variables in common. Well, the 24 has an x and the 8 has a y, so they do not. So the 8 is my GCF. When I take out a GCF, I'm really dividing all of the factors by that GCF. So 24 divided by 8 gives me 3, and I'm still left with that x. 8 divided by 8 gives me 1, and I'm still left with that y. So if I'm factoring by taking out the GCF, I'm left with 8 times 3x plus y. 15x squared minus 3x. I have a 15x squared minus 3x. So first I have to find the GCF of both of those. So what's the biggest number that I can divide into 3 and 15? It's 3. And then I have to say, well, what's the biggest amount of x's or the biggest amount of variables that they both have to give? Well, they both have at least one x to give. Okay. So if I'm factoring out the GCF there, I'm dividing by the GCF. So when I divide by 15 divided by 3, I get 5. If I have 2 x's and I take 1 away, I have 1 x left. 3 divided by 3 and x divided by x is just 1. So when I factor out the GCF, 3x times 5x minus 1 is my answer. Okay, last one we're going to try today. We have 18y to the third minus 21y squared plus 12y. So we have to look at 18, 21, and 12 and find the biggest number that can divide into all three of those. The biggest number that can divide into 18, 21, and 12 is 3. And then we have to decide what's the biggest amount of the variable that each can give. It's 1y. So 3y is our GCF. Now we're going to take each term and divide by the GCF. And what we're left with is 6y squared minus 7y plus 4.